Hey there, welcome back to Bloody Knuckles Garage. Here we have Project 300ZX, and unfortunately, it's become a storage bin. This is what happens when projects get put to the side for other projects. We always got projects. Look at this poor thing. Oh my sweet Jesus. So, first thing we gotta do, this place is a disaster. So we got to clean up this a bit, and then we're gonna pull the engine out, fix it. Okay, mostly cleaned up. We got out the engine puller and the stand and some other stuff. But it's getting too dark outside, so we're gonna call it there for a day and pick it up tomorrow. All right, now we got some daylight. We're going to continue with this. We gotta get the motor mounts undone, transmission, double check over the lines, maybe get those injectors unplugged, and general cleanup. And then power steering lines, and see if we can get this pulled out sooner than later. Oops, guess there was some fluid in there. Okay, well I guess we'll get a catch thing for it.
Oh, is it zip tied? Why wouldn't he have it zip tied?
Zip ties are amazing. Ta-da! Oops. Transmission bolts are coming out next here. Getting some of those out. Just remember when you're taking out the transmission bolts, stick them in a box. Some of them are going to be different lengths, and then this way you'll never forget which one goes where.
No shaving, so that's good.
Oh, that's definitely a good sign. Yep, time for this one.
Is that nice and cold?
8,000 rotations later. Ow! Okay, as far as the drive shaft goes, in the back of the transmission here, it's OEM 2-piece drive shaft. There's the carrier bearing in the middle where it splits. So we're going to want to take off the supports there, drop down the drive shaft in the very back. Ugh. Yeah, there's some bolts there that hold that on. We got to take those out. Vehicle and neutral, you can just rotate it with your hands. Just grab it and spin it. It's up on jack stands anyway. And then it'll pop out of here. And then the front part will just pull right out of the transmission. Make sure I have a bucket under there in case a bunch of fluid comes out though. Okay, drive shaft is out of the transmission, but Those bolts have nuts on the back of them. Back there. Anyway, they're solid. They're not moving anywhere. I don't feel like messing with it anymore. So, because it's two-piece drive shaft, as long as you take out the support in the middle and bolt those bolts, then it'll just come out. Okay, getting the starter off is easy. There's a bolt, one on the top, one on the bottom, and let's turn this guy around. Undo this little harness clip thingy here. There's also a positive here. Make sure to unscrew that. Unscrew this. Make sure before you do this though that the battery's disconnected, or you're gonna get a good shocking experience out of the whole thing. Okay, transmission bracket. Transmission's held up by this bracket, so make sure it's supported. Start taking out these 14 millimeter bolts here. Trying to pull this out, and we think it's getting stuck on the broken engine mount. Although that should just tear apart. I think it's connected? It's really connected to something, isn't it? Okay, now we got the engine to this part. It's almost out. We just got a couple more hoses to undo down here, and then everything should work. Looks like the two top bolts of the transmission were still on. We thought they were out, but they weren't, so that was causing some problems. But yep, almost out now, even though it's super dark out. Okay, got the engine out. Transmission's still in there, but it's disconnected and hooked to anything. Lots to clean out, lots of wires, stuff to tidy up in there before it goes back in. Next day, it's a lot brighter outside. Stupid sun going down at 4:30 in the afternoon doesn't help anything, but engine's out. Yep, everything looks a little bit dirty. There's some grass in there from it living in the field for a few years. A lot of work was done to it at one point, so we're gonna see what exactly is going on with this thing. Just has trouble starting. Basically, compression wasn't all that great when we tested it. Looks like upgraded clutch down there. It's got turbos on either side. We'll have to test those out, make sure they're still good. Got some leaks. The EGR's still on there, so we'll delete that. Exhaust gas return system. Overall, it could just need a good refresh. Idler control valve was cleaned out a couple times already, so we're not exactly sure what the problem is, but we've got new piston rings coming, set of gaskets and some other stuff, some goodies, so we'll be taking the heads off, rebuilding those, cleaning the valves, making sure everything's good, testing all the injectors, making sure they're good, wiring harness, and those will be at all soon to come videos. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.